No experts, no insiders, just fans.
The longest running weekly overproduced, under-talented, episodic, sometimes echoing, often infighting wrestling podcast.
Music, please.
He's an angry elf.
Your mom goes to college.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Please, listen to my voice. Take it from the wise old Jew.
Good evening. Of course, I'm not on my first syllable. Hello and welcome to the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. I am your host. My name is, I guess I'm going to go with it, the Bionic Mark. My name is Brian. BJ Lawton. He's not even fucking on.
We like the sound of Bionic Mark better.
Yeah. And yes. And welcome to
By the way,
Smackdown.
I'm Adam Bombs.
I'm
Since the
not.
host
I'm not
didn't
finished
introduce me.
introducing you guys, man. I just want to. Jesus Christ. Do you? I bet you're like a backseat driver too, right?
No,
Not at all.
I'm a New York driver.
You're a New York driver. You're from Syracuse. That doesn't count.
Oh, it absolutely counts.
No, it does not. Anywho, Kevin is next to me, to my left, with one of the. Yeah, there's a cat right there, right?
Yes,
He's petting one of the studio cats.
this
Just
is
kinda
Voorhees
lingers.
Benoit.
Yeah,
We've captured the spirit of the caller.
and we
Was
are.
that you?
No, I wish.
Way to fuck up our open.
Yeah, no, it's great. So we're going to be covering tonight's episode of SmackDown Live, the December 18th episode, 2018. The year is almost over, Adam.
Personally, I'm still holding with bated breath. I got DMs from some of our fans that were basically saying, how could you guys fall for it? And
Fall for what?
Nothing is going to change in this new era. And that us last night talking about it is just us falling for it. And I think we very, very clearly said we were giving the benefit of the doubt. And tonight,
We're being hopeful.
still that way.
No, tonight's episode actually, I was a pretty big fan of. They had a lot going on. I mean, we had the main event with a new face, one of the new faces on SmackDown. I don't want to actually fuck it. We're not spoiling anything because you guys already watched it,
It's
right?
a reaction.
It's
show.
a reaction
Yeah,
show.
We're allowed to spoil
but they
things.
announced that Mustafa Ali is now a part of the SmackDown Live roster. So seeing him in the main event, we had him.
See, I thought he was going to be the next champion
of what?
on 205 Live,
Fuck that.
and
you
now
don't need that.
they put him up here.
Yeah.
Gives hope to the entire 205 Live locker room that they're not stuck in purgatory.
I guess that's a good point, Kevin. That sends a message not just to the wrestlers, but also the fans. Like, hey, if you're not watching 205 Live, there is quality wrestling there.
Yeah.
When it first started, the storylines were shit. I don't know how involved Kevin Dunn was.
They were really bad.
You had-
Are they even still good now? Come
And then,
on.
Neville, Austin Aries walked, and then they got their shit together. Whoever took over after that.
Well, you forgot about the whole fucking Enzo chapter of it, too.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. Actually, welcome. This is a 205 Live reaction show.
Yeah, that was
so-
the last time it was on Raw, too. I forgot.
But we've got a lot going on tonight. Actually, do you want to introduce the board? We haven't even gotten to the board yet. Do you have it pulled up
Yes,
over there?
I do. We have Kevin from Texas, Teddy Two Stoneheart. By the way, that's the better Kevin, not like the one
Shut
in the
up.
studio. Daniel Price is here. Anaconda Vice. He says he has a permission slip from his wife again to be here.
Hell yeah.
But he says that I am Krampus. Nope, I'm the Grinch. Let's see who else is here. Stike is here. Bang Bus always scouting talent, so he's here. I know he's not scouting us for talent. That's for sure.
Can I ask you a question?
At least not Kevin. What's up?
Is there a Hanukkah version of, like, Krampus?
It's pronounced Chanukah.
Sorry, Chanukah. Like,
no,
is there-
I think it's already a big enough fuck you that
Is there some sort of, like,
things
Hanukkah
that-
monster?
well, no, I mean, but like things, Hanukkah isn't all it's cracked up to be. Things that your parents are supposed to buy you is what you get as gifts. Okay, like, hey, here's a package of socks. Oh, here's some socks. Well, why couldn't you just give me them and then get me a real gift. Nope, they write that off as presents. Here's some underwear.
I have a question. Are you afraid of the Babadook?
The Babadook.
Yeah.
That's not really religious.
Oh.
What the hell is a Babadook?
It's Australian, actually, if anything. Anywho,
So fucking confused now.
we've got our key ingredients. We've got the good, bad, and glorious later on. I think Kevin, you're gonna get to some dirt sheets too, right?
Yeah.
There's
Gonna
a
get
bunch
in
of
the
stuff
mud.
actually that we talked about last night that we were gonna get to that to follow up.
Hey, on
that
this
we'll
show,
talk
it's
about.
called the Mud Report. Get it right.
Oh, that's right, the Mud Report. God damn it! I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Kevin.
this is your show. Don't
This
get
is
it
my show.
canceled.
This is our show.
Oh, our
Yeah,
show.
this is our show. This is
as
our
long
show.
as it's, when
This
you
is
say our,
Smackdown Live.
No. You can include the fans. And,
Yeah.
and thank you for including me. We don't have to include him.
Well,
Shut up.
No, he's a part of it. He's drinking Starbucks.
He's a part timer. He's like Brock Lesnar.
I am
he's
the
not
Brock
even-
Lesnar.
he's
He's
more
not
than-
even a champion.
I bring
or
in all
any
the
good.
views.
No, yeah, like Rhino. No, but
Like Rhino.
no. Brock?
He should be on the unemployment line. Like
No,
Rhino.
I mean that in a
Spoiler
good
alert.
way.
He comes.
What an asshole. Serves you right.
I don't know
I hope your fucking sound effects don't work.
I don't know what happened to him.
Good.
They shit the bed there. So
Yeah.
all right. This is the
This is
three
the
key
the
ingredients.
three key ingredients.
Yeah,
song.
Grandma Steve.
All right. Number 1 is going to be Paige. You're not fired. Because she wasn't really fired. She was just kind of demoted.
You just wanted to say it like that.
Nah, maybe a little bit. Well, Vince was on the show, so it kind of ties into it.
Yeah. By the way, every time I see him, he looks like someone's choking him and his eyes are gonna pop out of his head.
He's kind of got those
so
like.
true.
Well, I don't want to say it. Never mind.
He went creepy Vince tonight.
Creepy Vince.
Give me that look again.
But
Isn't he always creepy Vince?
No. But like the end of Total Recall when they have to breathe in the Martian air and the eyes are bugging out.
Yes.
That's what.
The only thing
that's
I
what
remember
Vince's eyes look like.
about Total Recall is the 3 boobs, right?
Oh, that's
Number one.
There we go. Number 1,
That's all you
Paige.
need to remember.
You're not fired. So the show kicks off with Shane McMahon leading the charge in the backstage area. We've got heels, we've got faces, we've got just everyone just fucking sitting down, just chumming it up, except for Daniel Bryan, by the way.
Well, no, Daniel Bryan was there.
He was there, but he wasn't really interacting with everyone. He still looked very pissed.
I think he was pissed because New Day was right next to him eating donuts.
And those leave a very big carbon footprint, right?
Well, I mean, who knows if they were made on an energy efficient, apparatus.
There were a lot of little funny things with that segment. I didn't notice that one. I did notice Andrade.
Whoa. What did you notice about it, Kevin? Go on.
Okay.
We need your analytics.
Andrade not understanding English, so he played that up. So when everybody's chanting at the end, he's standing there like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe you didn't take it that way.
Number one.
Damn it! I didn't mean to do that. Not even over there.
But Shane just kind of just follows up everything that they said last night. That they're ushering in a new era. That we're totally going to be listening to the fans. That your thoughts and your
don't
beliefs
see-
matter.
I love what they're talking about, and I love that they are going to listen. But here's the thing, okay? You cannot make everybody happy. Just realistically, no shots fired at them. Realistically, you cannot make everybody happy. And if you try to do suggestion box shit for every fucking month, there's going to be no continuity. At the end of the day, what they need to do is take some whatever the people want, filter that shit, and work it out on their schedule. Make new matches. Just basically do their jobs better. I don't really think they need to do what we want. They need to do their jobs better. They made the product get to a level that we do a podcast about it. It's how invested we are. I know many other fans feel the same way.
Looks like our video froze.
Our video froze?
It's actually a very funny picture, apparently. Looks like you are picking your nose, which is very true. We've got Asuka on the screen, which is nice. Kevin's right there wearing his collar and elbow brand T-shirt.
Yeah, I got this for 1 cent.
Did you? How'd you do that?
It was Black Friday, 30% off. Plus, if you make an order, you get a free T-shirt.
Yeah.
Wrestling Booker rule number 1 is not giving people what they want. That's Kevin from Texas. I'm telling you, from a business standpoint, I agree. Like you can't. This doesn't make. But coming out here and promising everybody, You're not meeting expectations. I love the whole fact that they took it upon themselves and said, we need to do better. Management can't be absent. We need to be hands-on. I like that. Saying that we're going to do what the fans want, you're setting yourself up to fail.
Well, it depends what the fans want. Maybe they just want to see different matches
Kevin,
every
if I
week
tell
and
you
different
that this
superstars.
is the best drink ever, whatever cocktail I make, there is not 10 people who will agree that it is the best drink ever. No matter if it is truly the best drink ever or not, you're never going to get 10 people to say anything is great on that level, a 10 out of 10.
No, there's always
right?
going to be someone that's going to be
But how
an
many
asshole.
times-
Correct. So why make that promise? You're setting yourself up to fail. I love the whole, like I said, blame Baron Corbin if you want, scapegoat for the Fruity Pebbles.
No, I don't care about that.
But also them saying we need to do better. That's really all they needed to say, right, Brian?
True. My thing about it is that I'm kind of sick of the whole authority angle. I think that I'm not the only person. I know that how long have they been doing it? They've been doing it with like Stone Cold and even like a little bit before that. So since like the mid '90s, we've been having this same sort of just person or figurehead that was there.
The reason why they used to call it back then, it wasn't. It wasn't the committee. There was all sorts of
commissioner.
It was commissioner.
I mean, they had a lot of different terms. But
General
the reason
manager started with Bischoff.
The reason why I like this though is that we've never seen this where all of the McMahons are like essentially baby faces, and they're just kind of booking and kind of giving. They're saying that they're giving us what they want. In the past, they've said that before. Then they'll usually, immediately turn heel or do something kind of underhanded. Now they're actually, they're booking matches that are fair. They're actually, they're putting fucking Mustafa Ali in the main event because he's one of the more popular wrestlers right now.
I feel like if they were an S&M couple, the McMahons are definitely the submissive right now. You know what that's like, right, Kevin?
Whatever. I'm just going to ignore that because it's stupid. How many times have you and everybody on this podcast bitched and moaned when a guy is over as fuck? Rusev Day, for example, that he's over with fans, but he's not getting the push he deserves, and creative sucks, and they gotta push this guy. You gotta strike while the iron's hot.
Okay, check the tape. That'll happen. Where are you going with this?
I think that's what they're saying. If a guy gets over naturally, they're gonna push him, and they're not gonna just.
But to a certain extent, I can give you examples of that happening. That's why Daniel Bryan became a face, like humongous champion of all. Everybody wanted him to win the Rumble and all sorts of shit. The fans picked him, and WWE put him over.
How many times has it not happened?
Elias, Rusev, still not over.
I mean, Elias is getting a push now.
Is he?
They're over. What are you talking about?
He was on
They're
the fucking
over.
pre-show,
Whoa.
Kevin.
They're
2
over.
days ago.
Rusev
How are you
getting
going
a
to say
push.
they're not over?
No, what I mean is they're not on TV. They're not a.
They're on TV every week.
I guess what I think of as over right now, and I'm not going to define it by a championship. I'm going to define it by being featured consistently at a pay-per-view. Not on the pre-show, at the pay-per-view. Considered on the card, main event, getting that main event money. Elias has done it fucking once, and it was last year. So that's what I'm saying about over. Rusev, Nakamura, absent so many pay-per-views this year. And so, again, you want to say Rusev Day is over as fuck and they're going to listen to fans. It's not about championships. Put the guy out there.
He was on TV.
He is on TV.
He's got a match next week.
He is on TV. I get that. I'm talking about pay-per-views that are of consequence.
Right, but this is 1 week, so he
people
hasn't.
in the WWE audience only watch pay-per-views.
So you're proving my point, is that he hasn't been pushed before. He has been absent from pay-per-views.
Yes, I did. Your point was he's over as fuck. Why not get behind him?
They're saying that I think what they're saying is that
push.
from now on they will. If a guy gets over as fuck, then they're going to push him.
Let's see. But again, I don't think that just because the guy gets over as fuck, they need to go, okay, tomorrow we're going to push him. If that's not their plan, they need to maybe give him an opportunity if they don't have an opportunity already for him. But if their plan is to put him on TV and in pay-per-views already, they don't have to do anything different.
DP on the board says that he thinks that they're kind of trolling us. that they're just kind of patronizing us, that they're still heels, but they're still kind of, we're doing what you wanted. If things go wrong, then it's on you guys. So that they're not only are they making Baron Corbin like the figurehead scapegoat, but now if this whole thing bombs, let's say, I don't know, let's give it 2 months or so. If this all sucks and ratings are still shit, then they can say, well, the fans are wrong, and then they're going to go back to what they've been doing since the fucking 80s and have the same old shit.
This makes me think of the old I don't know what to call it. But they used it on Night Court today. Imagine you have a baby.
Night Court?
Yeah.
Like the TV show?
Yeah, I was watching it in syndication.
Okay.
Imagine it was my last day of paternity leave. I go back to work tomorrow. So imagine you have a baby and two people are fighting over it. Mother and father. They both want the baby. And a judge decrees we're going to cut the baby in half. That way you can each have a half. Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not religious.
So you think you're just coming up with this off the top of your head?
No. I was
Okay.
putting it in here. It
was two mothers, though.
Yeah,
one killed
okay.
her own baby by
It wasn't
accident.
two people.
So whatever. It was on Night Court, but the point being is they
guy?
said don't separate it. Who really loves them says go be happy and not be well. It's the point here. Is that what WWE's doing?
I don't.
What
Is WWE doing Night Court?
No. No, are they giving it to us because they don't want to see it die? So they're saying, okay, fine, you guys, you can be the creative control. It's not a blame game of what you're saying. It's them saying, here, stay. We'll give you control. Don't kill it. Don't let it die. 2.5, we can't have it. It's
I mean, I can see what you're saying. I don't know. I think again, not to repeat myself. I think that they've finally seen that people are talking. Their most passionate fans have been leaving, and I think they're finally going to start listening to all that rabble on Twitter.
Juan is here. Speaking of rabble, and
Rabble.
Justin. Justin says, "Oh God, Adam's doing Night Court references. What a tool!" All right, so I dated myself, but argue with me. I'll fight you. Name me a better sax solo.
Sexy saxophone.
That's a good one. That's a pretty good one. Anywho, anything else on the topic? Where the fuck were we?
Nah.
Now we started talking about Night Court.
Number 2.
Roddy Piper cosplayer. Now this segment kind of
Wow.
Yeah.
By the way, mic drop bomb. Wow.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. We have Becky comes out. And she gets on the mic and she says she doesn't care who's running the show, and she just kind of continues on her character of being the man and just kind of like an anti-hero and just kind of anti-authority. But
Stone Cold.
Yeah, pretty much.
Continues down that path. I mean, very different, but the role is the same.
Sure. And the only thing that she wants really is that she wants a chance at Ronda Rousey. And she kind of calls out Ronda, but obviously Ronda doesn't come out. But guess who does come out, Adam?
Who?
That would be actually Charlotte Flair comes out.
I saw.
Yeah. And Charlotte comes out, and they kind of go back and forth a little bit.
Charlotte says, "Get in line."
Yeah, get in line. She kind of puts puts Becky down. Actually, and she does something that I did really enjoy. She says that that her days are standing behind her are long gone, and that Becky just needs to back off. And she says that Becky is looking up to her is a then, now, forever type of thing. And if Rousey hadn't been there, that she would have won essentially. And then we think that we're gonna have an Asuka promo, but out comes Vince McMahon, and he says that this is the land of opportunity. Cuts a fucking huge babyface promo. He plays to the crowd. He plays to Asuka, and we have he brings out Naomi as the new challenger. So we have Naomi versus Asuka. You get the video going now. There you go.
Why? Why would they bring Naomi out here? I mean, there's no way in hell they're going to let Asuka's championship run be one night.
No.
Yeah, it was a little weird that Naomi came out.
It was just furthering the thing that this is the new land of opportunity, and this is just on the heels of the whole first segment with Shane doing the whole promo in the back and kind of rallying the
Kevin,
troops,
what do you think
essentially.
about the reason for this being because there no more rematches, no
Well,
more
see,
automatic rematches?
And I love that.
Okay.
Well, I think that's
Because you
one
weren't
of-
on last night. That's
Yeah.
why I wanted to get your take.
And I think that's one of the best things that they're going to do because that just became way too predictable. And it just, I mean, if you start watching.
And somebody on the board last night was talking about it. So when Brock loses now, he won't get a rematch.
Right, and that's so much better. And
Yeah.
if you think of it in terms of just the Fox deal and them saying they want to make it more like a sport, I mean, none of these other sports have automatic rematches because people will get tired of watching the same guy. And the same thing is true for wrestling. So I don't even know why they had it in the first place. I'm happy that it's going to become a thing of the past. I wasn't happy to see Naomi, but she did look pretty good in the match against Asuka. I was kind of surprised. I don't know if that's Asuka making her look strong and selling her moves, but this was one of the best that she's looked in a while, I thought.
It definitely was, and they had a good about 15 minutes or so for the entire match. They had the little whole picture-in-picture commercial break thing and
Thumbnail.
Well, not so much a thumbnail, bigger than a thumbnail.
Well, screen-wise, it always
Don't
feels
say
like
it.
they do it in a thumbnail.
Not watching. But honestly, it was a pretty solid match, and it just continued on the whole thing that this is everybody is going to get a new chance. Which I guess does Vince have to get like a new theme music or something because there is a chance now. I don't know.
Well, the other thing that Rob talks about, the production value, everything still looks the same. When you're going to say this
They've
is
got
a
presents
new
on the
era,
aisle.
Yeah,
She's got to stop doing those.
how long before? Okay, think about the other reason. Let's go logistically one more time about this. How logistically is it going to work that these four are going to be on every Monday and every Tuesday? They have very important jobs outside of television.
Who are you talking about? Oh, the four of them?
Yeah, well, not so much Shane. He's just talent. But Vince has other roles. Triple H and Stephanie are both parents.
No, this definitely isn't forever. This is just kind of to inject themselves to kind of bring up ratings. I mean, anytime they've had kind of storylines in the past kind of wane, it seems like they've kind of Vince will put himself in there, or he'll put fucking Linda in there for whatever reason.
I'm bitter that they're not going to do my senile old Vince routine to get rid of him.
Stike on the board says we need Rob to fix the frozen video.
Yeah. Rob came in for a second, wanted to hit some buttons on the thing, and then walked away. But if we're ready to move on to the next topic.
I just want to say Kevin from Texas on the board, in all caps, he says, come on, we all want a Naomi versus Asuka. That's what we want. I could.
Well, again,
I
to
could
give
sense
them
the
the benefit
sarcasm.
of the doubt, because that's where I'm going with this. This could be what we had planned already. So,
Yeah, that's true.
they got to finish it out. They're going to close out some storylines as they close out the year. Fuck, New Year starts in 2 weeks. Well, don't worry too much about it.
Are you, Adam? You strike me as one of those guys that says see you next year on December 31st.
No, that's totally a Kevin thing.
Are you sure?
It's totally
yeah.
me.
Yeah?
I definitely say that.
Yeah, I called that. That's what makes you not smart.
You're a Patriots fan, so.
Yeah. Again, that's what makes Kevin.
Yeah,
not
they're
smart.
they're saving up for the Super Bowl this year. Saving up those W's. Smart. That's very.
Yeah, they lost. How'd they do past 2 weeks? Aren't they on a 2-game losing streak?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strategic.
Way to back your team.
Strategic
Oh yeah.
losses.
You're the only one who thinks losses are fuck. Whatever. Are you ready, Ryan?
Oh, I'm ready.
Number 3.
Number 3, we have Samoan intervention, and this one was kind of brief, but it was definitely worth mentioning.
Was there an intervention banner?
Yeah, I'm curious to hear your take on it because I have a theory.
You have a
as
theory?
well. Yeah.
I would love to hear you.
So, relating to what Adam was just saying,
Paint a picture.
I feel like this is one of those storylines that hasn't really. I mean, it was okay, Joe talking about Jeff's alcohol abuse, but it's something that's been done before. It's well documented. It's nothing really new. I feel like this is just them finishing off this storyline by next week because that's when they have their match. And I feel
next week is the blow-off week for all of this.
No, but there's probably going to be like a no finish or something, and then they're going to continue it and stretch it
I'm
out.
hoping it's not
and
that.
by the way, what I want to talk about this topic because I think it's a subtle little play that they incorporated into it, and that is putting Joe out there for Jeff to say, oh, yeah, Joe, you've been here 2 years. You haven't had any gold. You haven't done anything to see what the fan reaction is. They could be using subtle things like that for pop tests.
Yeah, that's true.
And
we
by-
had talked about maybe this whole episode being kind of a pop test for a lot of people.
I think that's what they were trying to do. And all the points that Triple H made last night, maybe that I hate to keep going back to last night, but this is just shit's finally worth talking about on a real creative direction. Is maybe that's why they said it so many different ways. You know, we're gonna make this change. We're gonna do that. I mean, your only takeaway was that there's 4 GMs. I mean, you were worthless, and you spoiled it and made.
I just wanted to.
You
spoil
made the
it
angry
for
elf
you guys.
all mad. That's all you did.
Yeah, I mean, this segment, you know,
He's an angry elf.
it put Jeff Hardy over. I mean, he got the upper hand. He hit the twist of fate on Samoa Joe. But before that, Samoa Joe came out and just kind of berated Jeff. He told him that he was actually apologizing for not giving him an apology.
Yeah.
Which I thought was
sorry.
Yeah, which I thought was clever. But he said that he's been forced to deceive him because this is more important, and he said that this is an actual intervention. And he tells Hardy to look at him, and that he knows that for a long time that that Jeff has just been fragile, that he's been just kind of just not in a a
By
great
the way,
state of
Kevin,
mind.
pay attention. This is how you paint the picture when he kicked it to you. Keep going, Brian. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure
Everybody's
Kevin was
watched it.
learning.
Everybody's
Yeah,
watched it.
no,
but
he's
you.
the cat. He's the cat whisperer. It's great. No. But the whole thing that I don't think the blow off is gonna be next week. I think something's gonna happen where there's just like a bullshit finish, and then they're gonna stretch
If
it
they're
out.
truly going not kayfabe people power route, the blow off has to be next week.
I hope it
You
is.
got to
but-
hit a reset button.
But if Joe does get mad that he hasn't had a title in 2 years, I mean, look at who has the belts. It's 2 heels.
Yeah,
so
you
who's he
got-
going to go for?
You got 4 weeks once 2019 starts to go to, what do you call it? To go to Royal Rumble. You're going to start qualifying matches because there's not a ton of feud. That's what I like about the Rumble. They don't get a ton of feuds going. There are clearly the people that are fighting for championships, and there's people that say, I'm going to enter the Rumble. And they take 3 dipshits who have never fought each other and say, hey, you 3 tonight are going to fight. The loser, whoever gets pinned, is the number 1 entrant. You know, and they can have all sorts of fun like that and set up, like they said, new matchups. I just wonder how long it's going to continue. There's no way they let fans book WrestleMania.
No, never gonna happen. Sorry, I was looking at the board.
Yeah, Teddy's,
actually,
Teddy's talking about Harold and Kumar.
Harold and Kumar, and they all say that Rob should get a raise.
For what?
For fixing the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob should be a male stripper is what Anaconda Vice said. What's up?
Is there anything else on the board before we move on?
On what?
I don't know, on anything, man.
Stike says Rob's a miracle worker.
Did they fix the video? Oh, yeah, they did.
Kevin's just now catching up.
I get this
He
small
must be stuck
screen.
in his time machine. Does that mean we're going to the next segment?
Teddy, yeah, sure.
Is there another ingredient?
No.
Is there anything else to talk about?
Another ingredient? Yeah, keep going.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
4.
Number 4 is I'm Sorry, Brian. And this one kind of comes to if you guys had your main event turned up on I guess on 11. That's not really high though.
What?
That's not really high because that's not an amp. I guess probably turn it up to like I don't know 33 would probably be good for your ears. But you can hear Mustafa Ali apologize to Daniel Bryan after he pins him in the main event, saying I'm sorry. We were kind of going back and forth as to why he was saying that.
That inverted 450 splash.
He was a little stiff.
Yeah.
He landed rib to rib.
Yeah.
He didn't land, elbows and knees, Brian. That's why.
You could hear the smack.
You definitely hear the smack.
It looks like Brian got a little bit of the wind knocked out of him, too.
And when you say, clearly Mustafa used his hair to cover it up, but the mic was just too close and it picked up. Because you don't see him say it. You hear it.
Oh, yeah, you totally hear it.
And he covered up. He clearly was like, sorry, shitty spot for the guy. I hope, it just happens. Nothing should come of it. This was his debut. Big spot, big night. Just made a small error. It is dangerous, but I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, and it's Daniel Bryan, and I feel like he's if anybody can take a hard spot like that, it's Bryan.
And during his entrance, actually, he came out and cut a fucking scathing promo on the city of Fresno. And this is great. I personally love this fucking new gimmick of his. First of all, you see no more anything. There's nothing on his video. I mean, he's not doing anything.
He's the new Daniel
He's
Bryan.
the new, and they got to be
Unlike
careful.
Dolph Ziggler with the fake music,
Right,
intro.
with the record screech. But his new whole whatever. His whole new thing is that now he just burns each city and he just states actual facts about like the environment, which are I mean, they're true.
I think he is loving fucking life. This is a perfect platform. And out of all the vanity of old people, Stone Cold, John Cena, getting their own belts, the Smoking Skull and the Spinner, and anybody else who's Miz taking the spinner and fixing it so that it was upside down to make an M, like all of that shit is not justified. Nobody really has a reason to make the belt their own. This guy does, because he really, I mean, this is fucking real. That's what I love about this. I mean, I don't know how extreme he is, if he's so extreme that he won't buy a leather belt or sneakers or whatever and all this other crap. I don't know how far you take it, because it's really tough if you're poor for me to like stand for anything like this. But man,
the thing that
he's got to be loving this that they're letting him go full bore. And wasn't there a dirt sheet we were talking about last night that McMahon's loving what's happening, so they're letting him kind of taking the reins off?
Well, it was his kind of idea to kind of do the whole heel turn. He was the one that kind of really wanted to just kind of go in that direction. And once they saw that it actually was pretty successful, I mean, we can say that right now. I mean, we're pretty all behind it. It's kind of refreshing not to see any kind of yes or no chance or anything for a change. So after that and seeing kind of just how good it was, he does have a little bit of just kind of, I guess, clout when it comes to where his character goes. But what I like about it is that he's just stating actual facts about each place, and like you said, I mean, these are real things. And what was interesting was that the crowd actually, like, they didn't boo or anything. They just when he told them they were the number one, I forget what what it was.
Highest polluted city.
Yeah, highest polluted city or something in California. They all cheered. And for a guy that actually like has feelings for the environment and wants to save it and stuff, he's fucking pissed. Like he
can
actually
channel it.
He looked legit pissed. And what do old school wrestlers and whoever say? They always say that a heel is someone that thinks that whatever they're doing, no matter how fucking cruel or mean or whatever it is, no matter what it is, they think it's right. I mean, this is the perfect gimmick for him.
It's so authentic. That's what I love about it, and you can tell he actually cares.
Right, so he's going to keep getting fired up no matter where he
know
goes.
What all this means? He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Remember, there was a lot of speculation that.
Well, he signed that contract. I mean,
I know, but I mean, like, it was midnight hour. Was he unhappy? Whatever. Maybe they had to acquiesce to allow him to try this as part of the contract.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Gangbusters, good job. But again, maybe this is also, do a little Cena-type spin on this. This is also maybe a reason why they said what they did last night about saying we're going to listen to superstars more and give them more creative control, because this is 100% Daniel Bryan.
That is true. I forgot that they said that.
This is not just Bryan being handed a gimmick and said, hey, go out and be BJ Lawton, or Kevin, try to just not be yourself. I mean, this is legit. Like, this is him. This is all him. He's making this. I'm sure some people are now giving him suggestions, but as far as the character goes, the new Daniel Bryan is Bryan Danielson.
And I forget when that promo came out, but I know I showed it to you guys yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, Kevin, but Daniel Bryan cut. It was like a 4.5 minute. I think it was Sunday. It must have been during the pre-show or something. But he cut like a 4.5 minute promo just talking about how he's going to change the belt, like physically, like he's actually going to change it just because it's made out of leather and it's made from a cow. And he said he was like, I'm going to name the cow. The cow's name is Daisy, and she was skinned alive and all this shit, and just like saying just how grotesque
I didn't see it.
having this leather belt is, and then he's going to do it. He's going to change it to something that's a little bit more eco-friendly and used from just resources that are recycled and all that shit. I love it. I wonder if he's going to keep like the gold plates and all that stuff too. Like if that's actually going to change or anything.
I hope he gets a little more creative too with the way he like did Mustafa Ali last week. You know, come out and kind of say, hey, you know, the SUV thing and all that, you know, like just turn on him and put it right in his face. Like think about every one of his opponents. He can get real personal. I bet you leave the water running while you brush your teeth.
Right.
You look like you're that type of guy. I mean, he can go so crazy with I mean, conservationist efforts and just being who he is. I buy all my clothes at the thrift store is what he said in that promo that Brian was talking about. He goes, where'd you buy your stuff? You know, like, man, resources are limited, though. I mean, at the end of the day, what makes and I'm going to bring out the nerd for me. What makes the best fucking comic book villains or movie villains or villains, period, is they think they're just.
Well, that was the best part about Thanos.
Yes.
Is that you could actually understand his point of view, and
Okay,
you're like,
so
you know what?
Daniel Bryan is Thanos. Good job, Millennial.
He wants to feed everyone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but there's a certain part of Daniel Bryan that
you
you
won't
know
keep
is
it in your pants?
that you know is right, and the same thing with Thanos. You knew part of him was right.
There is a lot of data to support every single thing that Daniel Bryan says. No question.
He's such a dick about it, though, and that's
It's so
what makes
good.
him perfect.
It is. It is.
The other thing I like about him, too, though, is that if he does have this creative control, I mean, you see Mustafa Ali, you saw Andrade Cien finally on SmackDown again. I mean, if he can take more guys like that and have these types of matches that he had, I'm all for it.
Right. He's not just helping himself. I mean, he's helping. There's a ripple effect because he's got to have guys that he can work well with. And
he took the pin tonight as the champion. That's
right.
awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And how crazy is this? Like for the real life Bryan Danielson, if his message, and I'm sorry to say this, but WWE's audience probably is not that aware of the pollution of their city like he was talking about tonight. Let's say his message reaches fucking 5 people in every city he goes to. He's making a difference.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is true.
I mean, you know, that it's a different take on it, but that would make me, if I was in Daniel Bryan's position, like super duper happy. Like if I could make myself like Cena, I know he loves the Make-A-Wish.
Or he just pisses people off, and they're like, "Fuck this hippie," and they just litter on purpose.
Okay, I'm sure there's gonna be that purpose, so maybe it evens out.
Right.
There's the park
50-50, more
yeah,
like Thanos.
I don't know. It's not littering if it's inside an arena.
That's true. Anyway, it was a great main event. By the way, they wrestled. They had an excellent match.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We had newly acquired.
I mean, there's so much to talk about beyond the ring. We hardly talked about wrestling last night.
Newly acquired to SmackDown, Mustafa Ali, who they announced during his entrance that he is now a part of the SmackDown roster, which is pretty cool for him.
You already said that.
No, I know. I said it in the beginning.
Yeah.
But now he's main eventing on SmackDown Live, which is great. With his tag partner AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan and Andrade.
Yeah, by the way, why is he main eventing? Because he's with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. When it was just him versus Daniel Bryan, he was the show's. He opened the show.
Right.
So.
But great back and forth match. We already mentioned that with Mustafa hitting his finish on Daniel Bryan, getting the 1-2-3. They celebrate together, and that was the end of SmackDown. Now, the other takeaways that we had, because there were some other big things that happened, but weren't really kind of, I don't know, they weren't really big enough to really be their like own ingredients, right?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think what we were talking about, it actually did feel fresh. I mean, they kept hammering down fresh start all night. But I mean, when you start to think about who came out, you had the Gallows and Anderson versus the Usos, and they even talked about we have the same 3 tag teams week in and week out, and they hadn't been on
New Day, Usos, Bar.
Yeah.
New Day, Usos, Bar.
They hadn't been on SmackDown for 4 months, so I loved that. I loved Sanity coming out looking strong finally, because they're always just fodder getting beat.
Right.
I just loved that. You could see the entire tag division.
It seems like they're like almost re-energized too. Like this is actually like, I mean, yeah, it's definitely all story, yeah, but who knows? I mean, maybe they are really actually giving You know, maybe kind of loosening the reins just a tad, just because the old way clearly wasn't working.
Well, and pop tests. I mean, here's the other thing to do. Remember years ago, probably the only good thing about the invasion, when it came down to Angle versus Austin, they threw RVD in as the triple threat to give him a push. I mean, that was terrible because it was a main event for the big belt or whatever. But throwing Mustafa Ali and Almas into featured positions with Daniel Bryan, the current champ, and AJ Styles, the former champ, you're just right there is already giving us something new and something more than what we want.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see a new matchup. I have not seen Mustafa Ali fight any of these three. Well, I mean, he fought Daniel Bryan last week, but prior to that, I mean, this is new.
And just seeing Almas again. I mean, he hasn't been
God.
on a few. He looks so good. He makes spots look so much better. He saved Ali from a botch outside the ring.
Yeah, Ali went for a running kind of jumping off of the stairs, head scissors.
Oh, okay.
Or no, hurricanrana.
Yeah.
And he just
slipped.
kind of slipped, but Andrade saved him and kind of made it look all right. No one got hurt or anything, but anywho, you guys ready to move on?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Smackdown presents
Good, bad, and glorious.
Go ahead. Make my day.
All right, we got the good, the bad, and the glorious. We're also going to do the creative fail and LOL. So as we move along, you guys post yours up on the chat board, and we'll go over them, and we will all chit-chat about that. How's that sound, Kevin?
Give it a little chat.
Yeah, a little chat there. So let's start off with our good. Kevin, I'm going to throw it to you.
Oh, really? I'm not going to get the shit first one to go with?
Oh, right. That's right, because you're the shit in the middle, right? Is that what they say?
No, I usually make him go first on bad. I never let him go first on the positive awards. That's what he's meaning.
I see. Gotcha.
Yeah,
I'll still go first.
Okay.
Good. So just kind of talked about it. I felt like the entire, it's cheap giving it to the entire show, but I thought it really did feel fresh. Just going down the list a bit, we got to see Naomi, a different woman fighting. We got to see kind of Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe. I was worried that segment would be too long. It wasn't. They cut it short. It was nice. It was perfect. Miz and Mandy Rose versus R-Truth and Carmella. Nice and short. I was happy that Miz got the win. So, again, the things that you don't really want to see, we still had the dance break. That's all it was for.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Crowd didn't really pop at all, which
No.
I'm happy about. I'm
And
hoping that signals to them that people are tired of it. We got to see Gallows and Anderson. We got to see more tag teams. And then
People
we got
are tired of it. And they just gave them the mixed match challenge winner. Is terrible. They gave them both number 30s.
And they did point that out. They
I
brought
still
it
think
up.
Rob might be right that there's a chance R-Truth's going to come out at the wrong number,
Oh, that would be so funny. I hope they do.
or that somebody convinces him to switch.
That would be great.
And we got to see Andrade. So, again, just good show. It did feel fresh. It wasn't
Did.
just all
So fresh
BS.
and
I like
clean.
it. Give that guy a goddamn coin.
All right, Brian. Jeez, shit, fuck. I don't even have my coins up. There. You happy, Kevin?
Yes.
Adam, would you like to do your good?
My good is Jeff, specifically Jeff Hardy's comment, because I don't think the rest of it was that great, but I see through you, WWE. I think that was a pop test, having Jeff say, we've not given this guy a title in 2 years. It's the biggest criticism of creative when it comes to Joe. And it's not – and by the way, anytime I'm talking about titles, I don't give a flying fig what you do with the title. I don't think that makes you get a push or whatever. A victory is a victory, and Joe keeps getting put into matches for titles where he doesn't win. So that's my issue with the whole thing. But I like Jeff pointing it out here. So he was the voice of the voiceless. Is that still a thing?
I don't think so. I mean, they probably didn't buy the rights to it.
Oh, all right. Well, what do you got?
You can give yourself a coin.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. My good is Sanity. Actually,
Hey.
out of all the new, I mean, they're not really new because they already said it on Raw, the new faces that are coming. But out of everyone that hasn't really been there that showed up, I think Sanity is the most, I guess, entertaining for me. they're a group that had a lot of potential that we all thought were going to do big things,
Well,
and just absolutely nothing so far.
Pronouns, pal.
Yeah.
Clarify for us what you mean by, with the graphic, because I don't think we talked about this off air. I don't think we told the audience that.
What's that?
That everybody that was shown to be new last night is not necessarily on Raw.
True.
Heavy
yes.
Machinery, EC3, Lars, Nikki. Because I thought it was weird we didn't talk about it, but Nikki not being with Sanity and her being on Raw, I've long said Lars belongs on SmackDown because he's just a poor man's Braun over on Raw.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited that I'm excited that all of them are moving up, and it's not necessarily all to Raw. But I'm kind of sad that SmackDown didn't get a little treat tonight.
Well,
Like,
you got Mustafa Ali.
But we didn't find out which ones of those 6 are for sure.
Well,
We're left to
all right,
speculate
so
who's going where.
let's do it right now. Who do you think is going where?
Sanity and I think Lars and Nikki go to SmackDown. I think Heavy Machinery and EC3 go to Raw, and I don't honestly care where Lacey Evans goes.
I hope she goes away. No, I agree with all of your. I think.
You like my
I think
diagnosis?
she's Raw.
Who?
Yeah, you think she's Raw?
Oh, you think Lacey is?
Yeah, I'll bet you do. Anyway, Brian, you've got done your good. Let's do the board real quick. On the board, let's see. Good, almost returning and being in the main event. That's from Bang Bus. Good, Paige not being GM anymore. Teddy says she can go back to porn. My good, Vince for being Vince is one. Mac Attack joining us. What's up? He's getting ahead of himself with bad. I'll read his in a minute. But good, we can remove Sandy's picture from missing milk cartons. That's from DP. Stike wants to add, it was also good seeing the club on TV, not just Andrade and Sanity. And then we'll let Mac Attack, since it's new on the board, his comment can start bad, and that's tonight's dead crowd. Yeah, they only really popped for the comment about pollution.
Seriously, they really did.
Oh, that's sad. But then again, I think being devil's advocate, being glass half full here, I think maybe that they're not as loud and engaged right now because they're just as I don't know what's going. Should we believe you? It's like Kevin telling us that he's gonna do something repeatedly, and then we're like, actions, pal. You've called out to Smackdown like how many weeks in a row? Don't tell me you're all in.
I don't know when. I've been here how many weeks in a row now?
He's been very
3.
consistent.
Now he's 3. He's up to 3.
3. You're
Yeah.
heating up.
Check the tape. I'm the fucking Iron Man.
Oh no, you're not heating up. You're already on fire.
Kevin, you're our bad. I know I let Mac Attack lead it off, but I should have let you.
You can do the board first. They're filling up. Bang Bus bad is
what if they
not
steal
booking.
ours?
That's all right. We can piggyback.
That's
No,
fine.
we're
Yeah.
more important. I want to hear Kevin's dumb thought first.
I have to give it to Carmella and R-Truth. They are just so stale that
Damn
the
it.
whole dance break.
Damn it, he got a
and the
coin.
crowd was dead. Here they are.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly. I'm so tired of it.
Oh, yeah. Right on cue, too. You get a double coin for that one, Kevin, just because of a good segue. My bad, Brian, before we go to you.
Yeah.
Miz and Shane, man. Fucking let that shit go. Let it go.
No, you don't
Let
like
it go. The 2/3.
The gay couple.
Yeah, the 2/3 best in the world.
So
That was funny. The desire for Miz's character right now to be a tag team with Shane, that motivation fucking befuddles me. Was this what the fucking best in the world was all for? Is a stupid goddamn gimmick between these two?
And again, he had that one backstage promo last week where he started saying nobody's ever called me the best, and this is the first time, I have been called it, and Shane was part of that.
I don't know.
I liked that angle. And then he goes back to, again, gay couple this week.
because Vince
With
never
Vince.
said that he was proud of his
There's nothing
baby
wrong with
boy.
that.
No,
Looks
I'm saying there's
Seinfeld.
nothing
Not that
wrong.
there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, you're saying it like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
I just want to
I'm saying-
clarify, if we are not haters on that.
No, yeah, I'm just saying the storyline of them making references that allude to them,
Miz is in a fucking mixed match challenge. It's my bad. Brian, what's
Yeah.
yours? Here's my fucking point.
My bad. Speaking of the mixed match challenge, is the goddamn dance break. Like, how long have they been doing it for?
So you're agreeing with Kevin.
I am. I'm
Damn.
sorry. It's just
You get a coin and a damn.
I mean, I always enjoy R-Truth. I love the whole thing that he did with when he called Mandy Rose. He called her fucking Maurice.
Oh, that was
He called
funny.
her Maurice, and so that was good. I like his kind of silly, kind of stupid. I know he's been doing the gimmick for years now, but it's pretty. I don't know.
I like it. Yeah,
I
I like his character. It's just this dance break crap is so old. It was funny for like 2 weeks.
All right.
Here it is.
Cool. Bad. Randy not dressing like Stone Cold to RKO Vince. That's Kevin from Texas. Rikishi returns at the Royal Rumble to do a dance break with R-Truth and eliminates him. Bangba says, God, that's just awful.
I would love that.
Let's see. Bad
How is that
Knox
awful?
booking. That's for Bangbus.
Yeah.
Bad, I hate to say it, but Naomi getting a title shot. She hasn't done anything to earn a championship shot. Yeah, it's true. But she was tagged with Asuka, so I guess that was the segue there. They got Raw. Their championship is friends with Natty and Ronda, so why not do the same here? That's the other thing, by the way, guys. They got to start not making the shows look exactly the same in terms of story angle. You know, this monster's doing this, well, that monster's doing the same fucking thing. Brian, you're glorious. You should kick it off.
My glorious is gonna be. I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change it right on the fly. I'm gonna give it to Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Finally, because they just were being truthful and just saying that they were misused, and the fact that they deserve a shot. And I think that
Pop test, but another one.
yeah,
that's good.
and it kind of went over and it worked. And I think having Sanity kind of just to piggyback on that whole thing. I think that just kind of really reinvigorates. I said that really weird. Reinvigorates the tag team division on SmackDown.
On the board, I got to apologize to Twitch. I forgot to look over there. TP Poker says his bad, Carmella's brutal. Mustafa Ali was his good. Bad Fresno State University, Fresno, California in general for Justin, and he said finally Sanity. Glorious, the club is for Justin, so he's piggybacking you there, Brian. What's your glorious, Kevin?
I have to give glorious to Sanity. And they actually looked kind of crazy when they came out, and then they were like, "Oh, we got there first." I like that.
Yeah, I just
Made
don't.
no sense.
I don't
Yeah.
like Alexander Wolf.
What?
He's just there to take pins, even though
He does-
Eric
he
Young
does-
has gotten pinned more.
He does mosh moves though, bro.
Sure. My glorious, fucking Rowdy
I like
Piper cosplay.
Oh yeah, that was good.
What was it last week? She said poor man something. Oh, bootleg Becky is what she called Charlotte. Now, well, Rowdy Piper cosplay for Ronda. God, how can you not give that to her?
Is she calling her Ronnie?
Yeah, what's
Ronnie.
glorious for the board, Brian?
Let's see. Glorious for the board.
Do you want me to read it?
No, I've got it right here. Glorious for Bang Bus is seeing Sanity and Good Brothers. Wonder if they'll showcase Primo and Epico again.
Nope. Fans don't want that.
Yeah, glorious
we
for
do want the club.
Glorious for Stike is the main event tag team match, and personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Andrade versus Ali feud. That'd be fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
That'd be
don't
awesome.
even need a belt.
No, you really don't. Glorious for It's Real Wrestling Podcast is Lil Jon and Kool-Aid Man new music video. Crunk is back, baby. I don't know about that. And I don't
Shut up,
see
Teddy.
anything
I'm not
else.
doing a dance break.
Daniel Price says AJ Styles wins 2008 Soccer Mom Hair of the Year, brought to you by Pantene. I don't know. A lot of Daniel Price's comments tonight have been sponsored. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Is he sponsored by Pantene?
I don't know. Creative fail. I'm going to kick this one off.
Do it.
If you're really letting us be in control, we want to be in control of a lot of things, not just the storylines, like Michael Cole. And I know he was sick tonight, Byron Saxton, but you should have just gone with a two-man show instead of bringing Otunga.
You don't like Otunga?
I don't like Otunga.
Are you with Jennifer
Hudson?
Hudson, thank you.
No.
No, they're separated.
Yeah, I mean, he's you know that he's the one seeking alimony in that relationship.
Right.
No, I don't like David Otunga.
Kevin, creative fail.
For me, it has to be
Booking you.
Rusev and Nakamura. I think both of them, their promos backstage weren't bad. I mean, Rusev, made the joke about the selling his beard on eBay for thousands of dollars to make baby sweaters.
Damn you! That's my LOL.
Oh, okay.
It was
sorry.
Rusev's beard on eBay.
It was
fucker.
funny in calling Shinsuke Sonic the Hedgehog and then Nakamura using Total Divas. But when you think of these two and you think that they're fighting for the U.S. title, I mean, really, that's the best that they could come up with for a feud?
Well, and also, why does he even have it? Kevin from Texas is right on the board. He says everything changed after Knock got bit by that dog. I mean, whatever plans they had for him, he was off
That's
air
true.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And Kevin, I love you like my bitch. That's what Teddy says.
Oh, that's
Teddy.
nice. Creative fail for Mac Attack. Is Paige getting fired even though many viewed her as the best GM?
Did she get fired, though? They said her role was changing.
No,
she didn't get
honestly,
fired.
this was the most positive firing that I've ever seen WWE or any wrestling organization, really, for that matter.
Because she was doing it fine.
It was so well, but she was, but it was so graceful. No one went through a table, no one went through a cake, no one got dragged away, no one got handcuffed, no one got ran over, no one exploded.
No one got future endeavored.
Yeah, no one got featured endeavored. She just kind of is gonna be. I don't know. There, I don't. She'll work in catering.
They said her role is different. Yeah,
referee.
Referee.
I don't know. They made fucking Heath Slater a ref.
Why not make her a valet of some kind? I'm sure there's
Adam,
some
this
character.
is 2018. I'm sorry.
No.
Almost 2019.
Her-
She's a manager, not a valet.
No, okay, fine. But her improved mic skills of late, and I mean, she's good to look at. Send her out with somebody.
Nakamura, please. He needs somebody
There
to
you
talk
go.
for him.
I don't like that one, but I mean,
He's really not good on the mic. Let's just be honest.
Shin's Page Naj. Oh no,
Shin's
He's
Page
difficult to
not-
Page
understand.
I can't even say it.
Nakaturna?
Naka Page. Bleh. Yeah.
I don't know. Creative fail tag team match. What is it really going to do in the long run for any of them? Stike says the mixed match challenge. All this. They had something with the first time, and of course, like fucking WWE does, they fuck it up with the reboot.
Did you say the creative fails on the board?
I said one of them.
Which one? Who?
The mixed match.
Creative fail for DP says, please take away the picture-in-picture during matches or make both screens even size. Now, that's a good point. Why can't you just make them even sized?
I'd rather just get rid of them and do like they do on Raw.
What?
Show me what happened in the break with a quick little recap when you come back from commercial. While you were away, the announcers always tell us what happened there.
I could live with that.
Yeah.
I like picture-in-picture.
Do you really?
Yeah, because I don't have to watch the ad. I'm pretty good.
Because millennials are entitled to be able to watch two things at once without having to move.
Entitled, or we're just able to watch two things at
Entitled.
once?
You're the generation who feels entitled.
In my day, we only watched one screen.
Back in my day, we earned shit.
Oh, and creative fail for Stike is mixed match tag team. Wait, what? Mixed tag team match. What is it really going to do in the long run for any of them?
Creative fail. Brian Reading.
Yeah, seriously.
LOL. I already said mine because Dickhead stole it.
Shut up.
But it was Rusev's beard going on eBay. Ryan, what made you laugh?
My LOL was R-Truth calling Mandy Maurice. I thought that was pretty funny.
That was good.
Yeah.
Mine,
How about you?
Mine, definitely.
Do you think that
Daniel
was
Bryan.
purpose?
Say it again.
Do you think that was purposeful?
Purposeful?
Yes.
No.
Because
No,
remember, he
it-
couldn't find Mella.
Nah, it was totally it was part of the bit.
Stakes and weights.
Yeah. Kevin, what were we saying?
Daniel Bryan going full on Game of Thrones, yelling shame to
Yeah.
Fresno.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I hope that's his new thing. I thought it was going to be fickle, but I'm glad that now. If he shames everybody,
I like fickle, too.
I mean, it's one syllable. People can chant it. You can point it. Everyone can do it. It's almost like the yes
I
thing.
don't like fickle. I don't
No,
mind
you can do
shame.
shame.
Yeah.
I think that's going to catch.
And,
it.
and it would be better on shirts. I'm sure the fickle shirt is not selling. Or maybe, again, it's a pop test.
But to the people who are holding up a sign that says, I wasted this sheet of paper making the sign, he can just look at them and say fickle. That's funny.
Wow.
How do you not see the humor in that?
I don't know. Here's your video. Go ahead and watch it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Let's see. Are there any more on the board? I don't think so. So
Corey
we
going nuts
can-
about Mandy looking at him. That's LOL for
That
Back
was
Attack.
so funny. Yeah, good call there.
Knock Sonic the Hedgehog joke was LOL for Justin. Bang Bus on Twitch says Daniel's face when he saw the yes sign. Or yes, the sign was wasted by paper. So he's agreeing kind of with you.
That was funny.
And then
Missed a chance to say fickle, though.
Juan says, read mine. What do you expect? Immigrants take U.S. belt. Not a real American holding U.S. belt. Trump 2020. Oh,
no.
Rob's not here, and I don't know anything about politics. I asked full kayfabe break before we go into Mud Report. I sent Rob a picture yesterday because I saw it on Twitter, and I didn't know who the hell it was, and there were some comments that made me laugh. And I was like, are these Trump's kids? And Rob said, yes. And I said, no Photoshop on this picture? And he's like, no. And I'm like, one of them looks like Sloth from the Goonies. Not to be mean, but he the way he looks there. And I was like, Sloth love Trump? Anyway, that's it sounded better in my head.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, time to get dirty.
Dirt Sheets, a.k.a. Mud Report. On Tuesday night, it becomes the Mud Report. Yeah.
I was confused by it.
Bob, we miss you, Bob.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, my God. All right, Mud Report. For the date is 12/18/2018.
It is.
You could wait till I fade down. And you got to let it breathe for a second, fellas.
Nah, it's too much.
Anyway, go ahead.
Kevin, kick it off.
TLC, you had Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. Crowd was not very happy with the match.
Not into it.
And apparently Vince McMahon took note, and he is, quote, furious with that match. There are even rumors that Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania may be reconsidered given the audience's reaction to that match. That's how mad Vince was with it.
The booking was stupid. It was a series of which way did he go and promos leading into it. It's a feud that's recycled that's supposed to be to the death, but these motherfuckers made up not that long ago, and we're as a team last year at this time. So I think these two guys were the victims and I say that, I know there's a lot of heat for Dean, but Dean's in great shape now. And Seth is just top tier talent. I think that this is simply because the fans were like, this is boring.
Well, it's not because of Seth, right?
It wasn't because of either guy. I think it was fans had been there for 5 fucking hours, and this is what they were waiting for. A match for.
That's fair, yeah.
That's a good point.
I mean, I don't think it was. Here's this. I know we've all had a time where we get really upset over nothing. It's because our cup is fucking full, and that little nothing pushed us over the edge. I think the Seth and Dean match pushed the fans over the edge, and they started chanting boos. I think it was that time of the night where their cup had filled up, and they're just like, boo.
They had this is boring, and they were chanting Becky.
Yeah. Well, and especially because they wanted Becky. We've been here for 5 fucking hours. Can you give us the only match that was worth the damn on the card already, please?
If they're trying to groom Seth Rollins to be the guy that's supposed to be having this match against Brock Lesnar, I mean, if the crowd reacts that way, I mean, it's no. I kind of see why Vince would get pissed, but for him to throw a tantrum is kind of.
And you also made Dean and Seth. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, what do you expect?
Sorry, guys. You made them follow immediately after AJ and Daniel Bryan, which was a good match, but ended in a screw job. I mean, the fans had to be like, I've had it up to here with you, motherfuckers. Now that you just did a fucking reverse small package ending. I just think it was cup had runneth over, and it was time, and so it is again.
Bang, bang!
McMahon made his big appearance on Raw last night. Ratings were up. Try and guess how many more people watched.
20.
No. 2.547 million more viewers. Up 16% from the previous week. The best viewership since October 22nd.
October 22nd.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what happened.
That was Roman Reigns relinquishing his title and announcing he had leukemia and that his name was Joe.
Okay. Well, that's a big episode, so that makes sense, I guess. But that's not necessarily like a pat on the back to WWE like creative.
Here's the thing,
really like anything that they came up with.
Do you think it stays up? Probably not next week because a lot of people are just going to read the spoilers online. I'm not going to watch it. Hell no.
The Christmas episode?
Christmas Eve?
No, it's just going to be just
getting wasted.
fodder.
Family party.
I'll be here.
Eggnog.
Oh wait,
Oh, yeah, Adam's not going to do it.
I forgot. Now I have kids plural, so I have to be like doing stuff on Christmas now.
They celebrate Christmas.
I guess. I mean, she
I
celebrates
thought you're
Christmas, and
Jewish.
she's gonna want them to celebrate with her.
So you celebrate both?
I don't know. I don't know how it works. This is all new to me. Damn it!
Wow, you're a terrible Jew.
I bought a present. My daughter's 18 months. She doesn't know what a present is.
You should celebrate Crimbus.
Of course she knows Santa Claus. Every child knows Santa Claus. And if you decide to keep Santa Claus away from your child.
Every kid out there, earmuffs. Santa Claus doesn't exist, Kevin. Don't even talk to me about this shit. Next.
Is that a bang bang?
Bang bang!
That is.
The McMahon said that they were going to listen to fans, that they're the new authority. Well, Velveteen Dream heard that, took to Twitter, hashtag call Dream up, and let's see if they're really listening. He tweeted that and said it's not his, Vince's call to make, it's yours. So let your voices be heard. WWE Universe. And then he deleted the tweets. But they were up
he's
there.
since deleted them. I wonder if that was just something that he actually got heat for, for
It's not the first time he's done it.
No, he definitely does kind of push the boundaries, but it kind of goes in line with his character too. So I don't know.
I'm excited to see what they do, though. That was ballsy. Yeah, and I wonder if it was him just doing it on his own, or if there's some sort of.
I feel like that was him doing that on his own.
Yeah.
I can't comment. I wasn't listening at all.
Velveteen Dream, Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Telling fans. Make
I
some
don't know,
noise.
man. He wore the "Call Me Up Vince" pants. Somebody's got to be signing off on this.
Tights.
Whatever. Next. Here.
Bang bang!
All right, this is one we may spend some time talking about. So there was a former Raw, WWE Raw writer, took to Twitter. He gave kind of 6 points for how he would improve Raw. So just going to go through them. He said there's a lot of ways that they could change to make a 3-hour show work. Here's a few. 1, treat Raw as 3 1-hour shows rather than 1 3-hour program. Figure out ways to make each unique so the show doesn't get stale. Thoughts?
I mean, that's kind of what they did for when they had like the 2-hour thing in the late 90s with Raw is War. You had like the first hour.
That's the same thing I was thinking. And I kind of liked that.
Yeah.
Better that way.
Right. And the second half was, I think, more of like I guess if you want like intense matches and stuff and more, I guess, graphic stuff. Whereas the first hour was, they kind of had to toe the line because it was still early on.
And 3 hours is just too much for a show. I mean, nobody would watch an actual show for 3 hours.
Okay, can I just Warzone and whatever? Yeah, great. Is there any fucking difference? It's not like they made everybody leave the arena and give new tickets.
No, but you had.
I mean, I get what they were doing with the ratings and making it more adult and stuff, but regardless of what you want to call it, it's a 3-hour program. That's the fucking problem. Is it's a 3-hour program and it should be 2 hours.
Should be 2 hours. SmackDown's so much more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Right, but do you think that they could? Do you think that if say it's staying 3 hours, you can't change that? Could they have almost 3 separate shows?
Why?
Do you think that would work?
Why? Who in their right mind thinks that it's different? I mean, it's one thing because nobody tonight is going to see 205 Live except for the crowd that's there, Dark Show, and you can watch it on the network tomorrow. But there's nobody that's going to see it live. So it's a different program technically. It's like a dark match. This is happening. It doesn't matter if you write SmackDown in the corner, if you write TLC down here. It doesn't matter what the fuck you call it. It's WWE. I mean, kayfabe aside, is there any difference really? A couple tweaks here and there between our Monday and Tuesday night show?
Yes, there is a complete
Raw and SmackDown.
Totally different.
I thought you were saying Raw versus SmackDown. It's completely different because Raw starts out with a segment generally, and then they'll have a segment in the middle, and then you won't get a conclusion to that until the very end.
SmackDown started with a segment tonight?
SmackDown started with a segment, and it was concluded within a half hour because they had a match right after it.
Well, and SmackDown is also
And that's why it
supposed to be
moves.
it's supposed to be the one that's more match oriented, whereas Raw is more gimmicky and has more storyline stuff.
Which is fine, but Brian, there's been too many instances where you have 3 matches in a 3-hour Raw and you have 5 in a 2-hour SmackDown.
Well, because it just goes along with what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the more athletic and competition based television show. Raw is just a fucking.
I mean, this
but
is the one.
Raw
that
is
has
guys
standing-
pissing themselves.
But like,
I don't know.
isn't it fair to say if they start a storyline in the first hour, it concludes in the first hour, and then they can start more in the second hour? I don't like having to wait 2 hours to figure out.
But that's how they keep you there too. You know?
I'm a broadcaster. Yeah, that's called a fucking tease. That's how you keep it. Coming up after the break, still to come. That's what you want.
Well, it's not
You
keeping
want to
the audience.
tease the audience. Really? No fans left?
They paid money to go to the show. I'm
I
talking
mean,
about
I-
viewership.
I think
It's
it would be
down.
bad if Raw told me last night, just me personally, that we were going to have an 8-woman gauntlet to close it down. I'd have been like, sweet, let's beat traffic.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Don't tell you until the very end, and then you find out that that's what SmackDown does.
They didn't tell us till the very
And that's what makes it better TV.
I don't even know what you're trying to what your point is trying to make.
I'm
here.
saying don't say that it's going to be an 8-woman gauntlet match in the first
All
hour.
I know is that TP Poker says that he's tired of having to look at Bobby Lashley's dirty taint every week when he spreads eagle for the crowd.
All right, here we go. Number 2 on that was assign specific writers to specific characters and programs. The most experienced writers are given the main event. Next tier is Intercontinental, U.S.
That's too many chefs in the kitchen. That's like saying, okay, Brian, Kevin, you and me we're gonna work a kitchen together, but Kevin, you're only allowed to cook red meat. Brian, you're only allowed to cook chicken, and I'm only allowed to cook seafood. But yet we have to find a way to marry it all together. Who's working
Have
the
you ever
sides?
worked in a kitchen?
Yes.
No, you have one guy on the grill. You have one guy frying.
Exactly. I know what you're saying. I'm saying no. Now, if you're saying that each character is writing, I'm saying it's like sending a different guy to the grill depending on what meat it is. Oh, who are we going to book?
Oh, I see your point. That's
Yes.
fair. Okay.
So I'm saying you keep some guy on the grill the whole time. You keep some guy on the prep station, on the salad, on the whatever. You keep stations. No matter what the order is, you're at a station in the kitchen.
And so you're saying
I'm
with
saying
wrestlers.
if you do this with wrestlers and you give them each their own chef, then you got people going to the grill that shouldn't be on there, and everything's. You might have a lefty for a righty. I'm saying you try to align all these writers together when they're all going in different directions. You're going to have a hodgepodge of storyline patchwork that doesn't fucking work.
But maybe it would be more interesting than what they have now.
It might be more interesting because
But
of the chaos.
do you think it's actually happening though? Do you think the McMahons are actually really taking the reins over and like taking control?
I'm trying to be
or
hopeful.
Do you think
I'm
this
trying to
is
be
just all
glass half
just,
full.
Yeah. Do you think this is all just kind of them just smoke and mirrors?
It might be. I think that they realize that they do have a problem.
Right.
And Juan is throwing me under the bus, but also backing me, Kevin. He says, come on, Adam knows where a kitchen is. Why are you thinking that I didn't work in one, Kevin?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of related to that, number 3 was have a showrunner who provides finishing touches, keeps a bird's eye view, but does not write. He compared it to the way SNL does it.
SNL, a lot of their sketches are written by the comedians now. Back in its heyday, it was written by writers who were off camera. So which part of SNL are
just
they talking about?
having one person who's a showrunner who's in charge of pretty much not writing, but they kind of weave the whole thing together.
That's called an executive producer.
Right.
It's what Rob's supposed to do.
He's just the he fixes the video for us.
All right.
I want my baby back, baby back.
Moving on, number 4, rotate characters. This is kind of what NXT does that I like. Rotate characters in and out, keeping the programming fresh and building anticipation.
Keep talking, Kevin. I'm just talking to Brian while you're wasting airtime.
Rotating characters in and out.
I like it.
Keeping programming fresh, building anticipation. NXT does it. They don't have every guy on every night or every week.
Not only does it keep like the programming fresh, it keeps the actual wrestlers fresh, so that they don't actually have to like be taking all these, going out there and having matches and fucking getting kicked in the head like goddamn one of the Usos every night.
The only thing, though, is that you do have paying fans there in the arena. I mean, you could have dark matches as a way of getting around that, But that's the only downside.
What my question is, if you travel to the city, WWE gives you a little bit, even if they don't book you on the show that night. Does that little bit become more if it's a dark match versus a TV match? Because I know that pre-show on a pay-per-view pays less than being on the actual card. So that's like my kind of question here is if I'm going to get paid the same to show up, that's fine. But the way I understand it is most people's contracts are televised appearances versus not televised appearances, what they pay you at each event.
What else, Kevin?
And then there's some people that are flat rate. I don't know. I'm just speculating because I don't actually have any facts.
Bang, bang!
Announce big segments and matches weeks out. He talks about SNL revealing guest hosts way in advance, something that they don't really do. They kind of will tell you what next week is, but they don't really say.
They used to do it. Remember when they had the whole
used to do it a
fucking
lot.
guest GM thing, and they would announce it? I mean, they would announce like a celebrity the week before, but yeah, they don't really do too much. They're doing it this week for next week just because everything's taped.
Right.
They're kind of promoting it that way.
But maybe it is something where they have to say, if it won't be next week, but it will be, in the coming few weeks.
I don't think they can do that just because everything changes so fast.
I thought you were supposed to make the Mud Report more interesting.
How could I make this into a guessing game? There were like 4 things.
Easy. You give me 3 fucking headlines and tell us to pick which one is true. You can't.
I'm not going to make up headlines. That was did this shit happen?
Be a game. Yeah, you said you were going to make a game out of this. This isn't a game.
No, one, you spelled my name wrong. You put Levin. So the last one.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
It was a text. The last one, he says, trust the writers. To a person, everyone who I've ever met working in creative loves wrestling. You have to do that job. Is that something you think that they're not doing?
Well, yeah, a lot of the writers aren't like, ex-wrestlers or have anything. Not even ex-wrestlers, just have anything to do with, they're not, they're not fans. They haven't watched fucking AWA.
So you don't think that they should trust the writers?
No, I think there's a good relationship. There's a good middle ground for it, but I don't think you should totally leave it to writers because look at where we are right now.
Yeah, but did they got to say, or did Vince? I mean, when you hear things about Vince changing up a show at the last minute.
That's the thing. Ultimately, he has the final say, so he is responsible.
I'm going to call this my Velveteen Dream theory. At the end of the day, if you have a superstar who believes in the character, I think it can get over. Velveteen Dream, God, that was on paper when Patrick Clark got assigned that gimmick. Me, Rob, Brian, we all kind of cringed like, oh, God, are they really going to try and do this with him? And he's embraced it and made it his own. Goldust, good or bad, embraced that fucking character. Daniel Bryan embracing himself tonight because it's real. It's more predictable when you're real. I think Rusev Day got over because Rusev, I think, backstage was a fun guy. He wasn't a Bulgarian brute. I think that's why he got over better. That was who he is. They let Aiden sing. It was more fitting because guess what? Aiden's a fucking classically trained singer. Let these people do certain things that they are in real life. I think that Elias couldn't play the guitar when he first started. I think he can now.
Now he's got a goddamn Fender deal.
But I'm saying I don't believe that he could play.
Yeah, he was really bad in NXT, but I thought he was doing that on purpose. He was really bad.
I thought maybe he was, maybe he wasn't, maybe he was learning it.
Yeah.
My point being is everything is more believable, breaks the fourth wall down when you're real. CM Punk was real. Matt Hardy was real when he came back, jilted lover over the whole Edge and Lita thing. Like, all that was real. All the fourth wall breaks, everybody goes crazy for because they're real. Why not make the characters, going back to Brian, what he said earlier with the turned up to 11, just make them who they are turned up to 11. Kevin, I'm going to make you a dork turned up to 11. That's how I would make you a better character.
I would make you a Roderick.
Because you're already a dork.
I would make you a Roderick Strong turned up to 11.
Sweet.
Roddy's great.
Yeah, Roddy probably would love that.
This is Roderick Strong. I approve this method.
Look, he does. It's amazing.
Oh, boy.
Can't believe you guys got that sound clip from him.
Yeah.
Bang, bang!
That's all I got.
That's all you got? All right. Don't forget to flush and wipe, or as Russo says. Brian, what's next?
Do you have any random moments of trivia, Adam?
I don't, but I recently found out, I forgot about this. Azerbaijan or something. I don't know. It was an actual country.
Yeah.
My buddy said he went to visit. Did I say it right? Azerbaijan?
No, it's like, I don't know. I know a girl from there.
Yeah.
She's really
Yeah.
hot. Yeah.
I hope your other girl isn't listening to hear you say that. You know,
I can tell you one.
Jerry's
All right.
listening.
Tell me a random moment of trivia. Or,
Butterflies can taste with their feet.
oh, that's cool.
And that's it.
Thanks.
That's it.
Jerry's listening.
And that moment was brought to you by collarandelbowbrand.com. Go to collarandelbowbrand.com and buy anything, and you'll save 10% or more. I got deals going on all the time. Clearance, a lot of it works.
Yeah.
You can even get a shirt for a penny like Kevin did.
Yeah.
collarandelbowbrand.com. Enter the promo code marked out, all one word, all caps, at checkout.
I'm wearing my sweatpants tonight because I liked them so much yesterday that I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear them again because they're so comfortable.
And not because you're just a dirty motherfucker.
No,
Ninja, please.
this is purely about comfort.
All right, yeah.
They're that good.
I've lost a lot of things, and one of them has been my smile.
Azerbaijan. I was close. I forgot one of the syllables. Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan?
Yeah, one of my friends who lives overseas came to visit because of the baby, and he was visiting from Azerbaijan. Oh, no, he said he had gone to Azerbaijan. Apple's 12/12/12/21 joining us on Twitch. Dude, you got to get a better handle. He thinks that we are a request line, and he wants us to play a song. So better luck next time.
Request a song. You can play a song. All right, final thoughts. Board, gather your final thoughts. Robert, if you have any final thoughts, you're more than welcome to share it with us, too. Oh, he's got some final thoughts. Okay. Yeah, post them on the board. Let us hear it. What do you have to say about tonight's episode of SmackDown Live? If you have anything to say about Raw from last night, you can put that up, too. If you have anything to say about, I don't know, your birthday party from, 1997, you can also talk about that.
The one that nobody showed up to for Kevin?
What? No.
Huh?
Oh.
Nope.
Let's see this guy. There he is.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you, Rob?
Hey, making his way to the studio.
He's an angry elf.
Just finishing watching
Dance
SmackDown.
break.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I didn't get the main event yet, but I really enjoyed it. I really did, and I was watching that first match with Naomi and Asuka, where it was clearly a paced match, but it wasn't by numbers. It was wrestling. It was what today's wrestling is. They're letting them go, and I really, really like it. And I even like the interactions, the promos. I think they're well placed and they're not too long. No, I really, really, really like what's going on right now. I'm very excited. I am. I'm happy to be happy. I'm happy to be excited about WWE again.
Well, you're happy about SmackDown. You're not so much happy about.
No.
This goes to Raw too.
No, yeah, I like what I saw on Raw. Look beyond the matchups that they're gonna get rid of next week. They're gonna do the.
I just can't believe it yet.
The blow-offs. Well, no, but if you look at one small things. They didn't have a bunch of recaps last night, right?
Only one.
And
it was a worthy one.
Okay, so they didn't have a bunch of recaps last night. The wrestlers weren't doing paint by numbers. They were actually wrestling, chain wrestling, having interactions.
People that weren't on TV were on TV.
Right. No promos went to the point where it's like, okay, fucking end already. They did their business. They got out.
The opening one.
It was a different pace. It was a different feel. We need new blood. We need new rivalries. We need new booking, new situations. We'll see. But it was a different feel, and it was a different pace, and it was better. So that's my final thought. I like what's happening. I'm excited about it.
It was a fresh start.
It really was.
I like what's being said. Again, I wish instead of saying that it was up to the fans or blaming Baron, I wish they would just stick with the rhetoric that Triple H said, flat out. Management has sucked and fucking let you down, and we are going to do better.
But they had to get rid of the Corbin character somehow.
Right, but they don't have to make promises that you're in charge now. You're the authority. I think they could have just said, look, we fucked up. We're going to do better.
No,
we deserve to do better for you.
I think that's their way of telling the fans, we heard the boycott, we see the ratings. rather than not, they're not going to admit defeat on the air. They're not going to mention hashtag boycott Raw. They're not going to bring up the fact their ratings went to shit. So how do they do that? They say, hey, you know what, fans, it's your era. We're going to listen to you. They're not really going to listen. They're going to pay attention, though. And they're not going to pay attention as like who to push and what to do. But they are going to say what's working right now because we're not doing it.
Yeah, but what I was saying earlier, you weren't on the show, is like they're managing expectations. If they just said what I said, then it'd be better. They're going to piss some people off because there's no way that they can let everybody be the authority.
Why are you drinking out of my water bottle? What in the fuck is wrong with you, man?
A water bottle. Oh.
The one I take to the gym, my fucking water bottle. He took the fucking lid off, so now it's not even.
Thank you for joining us, Rob.
He's
Kevin,
in the
do you have a
producer's
final
chair.
thought?
No. I'm gonna throw out my vacuum cleaner tonight.
Why? Because you realize you have a girlfriend?
No, all it's doing is collecting dust.
Oh my God.
Jesus. Whenever you have you got the dad jokes down, man. Final thought: Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. That's from Teddy. He thinks it's next Tuesday.
Oh man, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, is this our go home show for 2018?
No, are we not?
Oh no. I guess we're doing something after Christmas, right?
Well, it's Christmas Eve. Well, no.
Do you celebrate New Year's?
Yeah. This might be our go home show. Fuck. Rob, rage quit over a cup. Daniel Price. It's an old gimmick I just pull out every now and again with Rob. Don't eat all the turkey. Rob pissed all over it. He's like a 5-year-old. That's what Teddy says. If Finn Balor wins the Rumble, we can all say they're listening to fans. I disagree, Bang Bus. I think if Miz, Seth, I think those are good candidates to win the Rumble. That would still be listening
If
to fans.
Connor from the Ascension wins
then
the
you're
Rumble,
listening to Brian.
Then I will.
And Connor's mom.
Yeah, and Connor's mom.
If she's alive. Confirmed Brian isn't showing up to work next week. Yeah,
Nope.
that I think was made clear. It's Christmas. I'm not going to be here. So this might be is that Kiera? Yeah. Do you want to say
Queen?
Do you want to say Merry Christmas because we're not going to be on air.
She's taking her water bottle back.
Yeah, she's the one that's in trouble because it was the only clean thing in the kitchen, by the way. So of course she had to make a scene. But if there was a better cup to drink out of, I would have been able to. My point being is that this remains to be seen. I'm as optimistic as Rob. I'm not as hopeful as Rob, I guess is my final thought. I want it to be better. God, do I want it to be better. I want them to listen to fans and marks and stuff and not just, focus on ratings and sales. Like, if the ratings go back up, are we going to go back to shit, or are they going to think everything's fixed? This is not a problem that's going to be fixed overnight, and for me, the jury's going to be out up until probably Mania, for real. If in the next 3 pay-per-views in 3 months they can show me that they've changed, maybe I'll forgive them. Like the board is saying Kevin's going to have to sleep on the couch tonight because he's now single after his comments. So, he's
My girlfriend doesn't listen to this. Please.
Yeah.
She's listening right now, brother.
Yeah, she was.
I told you Jerry's listening.
Oh, Jerry
is?
Yeah. He didn't know how to type in the comments, though. He couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, it's called the keyboard, Jerry. So that's my final thought. Brian, you got yours?
My final thought is, yes, I would like to buy tickets.
The World of Coke? Oh.
No, I want. No, my final thought is I'm
new
looking
vacuum
forward to Saturday night to buy tickets to that New Japan show that's going to be happening in Charlotte. I believe it's February 1st, but tickets go on sale. I want to say Saturday night at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. I don't know. I'll have to look at it.
Where is it? The Armory or like a high school
It's
gym?
at fucking no. It's at oh god, what is the name of that place? It's at like a community
Grady
college.
Cole.
Grady Cole Center.
It's
like in Plaza.
Yeah.
You know it?
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, it's right there. It's like walking distance from my girlfriend's place.
Hell yeah.
I have to go. I have no choice not to go.
Well, I mean, you can't walk that well, so
Well, I can make it
you
there.
do have a
It's
choice.
It's that close where I would even
You
be
have a
like,
Segway?
you know what? I can fucking walk over there and
Oh,
be
there's
all
your
right.
walker. It's over in the corner. We're good.
No. Yeah.
We'll just bring that.
I need new tennis
we
balls,
We
though.
could ride bikes together.
We could ride bikes. We could take
That'd
those
be fun.
goddamn scooters. But yeah, I'm excited to buy tickets for that
Scooters,
and go to a fucking New Japan show finally. And I'm also looking forward to there's that Ring of Honor show, Honor Reigns Supreme in Concord. That's also coming up. So that's another a lot of wrestling going on.
Who do
in
they
North
even
Carolina.
have anymore though? The Elite
Ring of
are
Honor?
gone.
Oh, shut up! Come on, there's so many people there.
Yeah, Daniel Price says Saturday at 10 a.m. Is when tickets go on sale. I hope I can afford it.
Yeah.
The other thing, don't forget, guys, Patreon. You can join us there by donating, give a one-time denominational gift, or become a subscriber who can donate to the show on a monthly, weekly, or whatever basis. We're still learning the stuff there, so the package stuff may change that we have currently offered on there, but please go out. If we do this, it's a labor of love. All the gear was provided by our esteemed executive producer, and it does cost money, and so does our time. And you know, just show a little appreciation. If you like what we do, we like money. So that's all I want to say. What, Brian?
That was very Paul Heyman of you.
I'm the Jew. Okay,
know.
why would I not? I like money.
Please listen to my voice. Take it from the wise old Jew.
It's not just a stereotype thing.
No. It's okay.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
All right. Tune in next time. Same smart time, same smart channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side. I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at U-Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out U-Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows,